Hello, welcome to Beast Machines Monday. I am your host, Decepticon Doug, and this is your host, Predacon Paul. And today we are talking about Spark of Darkness.
We all know that this episode centers around the darkest spark.
It's going to be about a dark spark. We know this is all about Silverbolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That joke's never getting old.
No, and we definitely have not run it into the ground.
Nope. And we've only got a couple episodes left.
Yeah, it's true. We got to riff on Silverbolt while we can. The Maximals have successfully taken down the Megatron ship, but now he's just a big empty head.
Which means Primal's Perfect Pizza Parlor will 100% rule all of Cybertron because Mega Shakes is done.
I mean, really, when you genocide your whole species, how do you expect your business to flourish?
I mean, it's on paper, it's a good idea because you can have all the business if you only have like 3 people and all they can eat is your Mega Shakes.
But then when Maximals show up and they tilt the balance of the population, suddenly it doesn't look so good on the paper anymore.
No, it doesn't.
They're all like, yay, we get to open up Primal's Pizza Parlor for good this time. Then Silverbolt, being Mr. Debbie Downer, is like, but what if Megatron isn't really dead? And they're like, Silverbolt, Megatron is always actually dead.
Yeah, and even Optimus himself is like, hey, I happen to be an expert at sensing sparks across the entire planet, and I can tell you right now, 100% with absolute certainty, that Megatron is dead, and he will not come back, and he won't have that laugh, and we will never have to see his face ever again. And everyone's like, that's awesome, Optimus. You're 100% right, and we trust you, because you're a monkey. And
he's like, technically, I'm an ape. And they're like,
Shut up, Optimus.
Why are you bringing it up now, after all this time? Optimus is like, okay, so we got a mission to do. We got to put these sparks that we have back into all the bodies.
So he's like, we're going to split up, because that's always worked out in all movies ever.
Well, at least they go in pairs rather than one person.
That's true.
So there's that. And so Optimus is like, hey, you, go find bodies so we can put sparks in bodies, right? And then they're like, right. And then he's like, hey, you can go and find the Viacons and tell them, hey, Viacons, now that your boss is dead, I can be your boss.
Yeah.
And they're like, right. And then...
And you'll get benefits. You'll get vacation with pay. Right? You get dental plan, which is really important, especially when you're always running around fighting people.
You know what? I've had a little bit of I gotta get my butt to the dentist. I'm starting to feel a little bit of soreness in the teeth, which means it's already too late.
Do you have the maximal benefit plan set up?
I hope I do, because it really is, like the best one, I hear. And then Rattrap's like, what do? I'm gonna save the day, woohoo!
I'm gonna shoot things, and I'm gonna get into fights, because that's characteristically what I love to do. He's gonna do a lot of these. Because we know that Rattrap, it's so in character for him to want to get into fights.
Never runs away from a battle.
Yeah.
And then Optimus is like, go tend to the garden, rodent.
Yeah.
You and the plant.
Figure out how to fertilize it properly so we can techno-organic this bitch.
And then Optimus is like, and I will stand right here this whole time. And then they go.
And he sits there sensing things.
Meanwhile, there's a thing that's going around going... whoosh,
a red thing. A spherical thing. I wonder what it could be.
I mean, it looks... Hear me out. It looks kind of like a spark.
And you know what? Its color, hear me out, looks kind of familiar.
A little bit dragon colored?
Kind of dragony.
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus-y, but minus the purple.
Okay, so it's
like if it was a red Tyrannosaurus.
Like a spark, but with like teeth or something.
Exactly, yeah. That like has enters dragons or something.
Like it has some kind of like it's on a vengeance, some kind of wrathy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I get that feeling, but we don't know what it is. There's no way to know what it is.
Black Reckoning and Silverbolt, they're in the junkyard looking for bodies.
Looking for big old mean junkyard dogs, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, man. And then one of the bodies starts to go like...
Beethoven. Sorry.
That's right, the junkyard dog.
Junkyard dog.
Yeah.
That's why whenever I see a junkyard dog, I always say it like that. Because it's Beethoven. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, he was saying, but they get there, and there's this weird tarantulus-footed, tiger hawk-faced, but missing the bottom jaw, and then Megatron's protoform from Beast Wars,
maybe
on the top,
could have been that
his chassis. That's how he looked before he turned into the T-Rex, as far as I know.
It looked very muscular. I'll say that much. Anyways, it comes to life.
Don't
It
go
is
put
like
here if I'm wrong or not.
okay, we'll do. Wrong. Yeah, so it comes to life. It's like there's all these pieces of junk together, and it starts to attack. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, she's starting to attack!" And they fight it, and then
they stab it in the leg.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, that hurt.
So they fight it, and then it doesn't work, and then they fight it more, then that doesn't work, and then they fight it more, and then it does work. The red glowy thing goes.
Though we have no clue what it is.
Yeah, it just goes off somewhere else. They're like, well, that was weird. Maybe we should tell Optimus. Then down in the garden, Ratchap and Botanica it's starting to squabble a bit.
Because he doesn't want to be there.
They start squabbling, and Ratchap's like, now you're a plant. And she's like, well, you're a rat, and you're a plant, and you're a rat. And suddenly they're smooching.
Things get really heated. It looks like they're going to come to blows, but then they start playing kissy face.
And then they're like, oh, how did that happen? Oh, no, we kissed. What are we going to do?
And she was like, oh my gosh, I need to use Listerine. And
basically she goes through like all the stages that Ace Ventura went through when he kissed a man. So yeah, that's what Botanica's feeling right now. She just could not believe she kissed a stinky ass rat.
A sewer rat.
Ew. And then anyways, there's this pile of junk that's all pieces of like different motorcycle bots that they come together, and suddenly it's alive. What? Just like the thing up there?
A zombie motorcycle bot?
What the heck, dude? Transform and they fight it, and then it doesn't work at first, but then it does work.
But then she's like, instead of zapping you with this thing that I used to kill like 50 tanks, I'm gonna shoot the pipe that's like 20 meters up there, and it's gonna fall on you, and that's gonna do the trick. And it does.
And then Ratchat's like, I guess we better tell Optimus.
Because this is crazy. By the way, we didn't almost kiss.
And she's like, don't remind me.
And he's like, yeah, sure would suck if that happened again.
And then Optimus gets the message from Ratchat. He's like, interesting. I heard the same thing from Silverbolt and Black Arachnia. You better come here. Cheetor and Night Scream find Obsidian and Strika.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you two. Heard you're looking for work.
And they're like, yeah, we just got laid off.
Yeah, they were handing out resumes all over Cybertron.
And would you believe it? When there's no population, nobody's hiring.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is everything's online these days. Whatever happened to the days when you walk up...
yeah, you just go into a mom and pop shop.
You shake someone's hand, you get a good measure of who they are, they get a good measure of who you are, and they can make a decision right there if they even want to read your resume. But now... no, you're just a number in a list. And they really, Obsidian especially, you can tell. He's like, that ain't right.
I'll bet they're using AI to like find certain keywords and knock out some of the people in the running just to like scale it down a little bit. But luckily for them, I used AI to maximize the words that they like. I made him sound Australian.
And now, well, he is kind of...
yeah,
he's Englishy Australian?
Yeah. Was Space Australia? Or Space England?
Space England.
Even then... still with no population, there's no employers.
Yeah. Although, Cheetor did get the resume.
And he's like, actually, I've got a job opening right here for Maximal. And he's like, I guess I was a Maximal like a few days ago. And Strika's like, I don't know if we should. Maybe we should we? I don't know. But then Thrust comes in, he's like, hey, you guys, Megatron's dead for 3 seconds, and you don't want to coast off of your unemployment benefits? Come on! That's the best part about getting laid off, is you get some time to just like sit around and, kick back and, watch some Netflix, catch up on some shows you missed.
Play some video games that just been sitting on your shelf and just piling up. Like these.
Don't you guys even know how to work the system? You're just trying to get back to work right away.
What the frick is your problem?
Come on!
And loyalty. That too.
And they're like, well, I'm bored. And Thrust is like, fine! And off he goes.
Next time I see you, I'm going to kill your ass. And they're like, pfft.
All right. And finally, Thrust goes off. and finishes that last season of Stranger Things because, man, he was like, he fell way too far behind. And, you know, it's really hard to, like, it's just to catch up. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm a few seasons behind. And it's like, now it's going to take me more time to catch up. Anyways, Thrust has got it all under the hood now.
But he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He'll be caught up. And he's like, oh, that's why Kate Bush went viral for a little while. I get it now. Obsidian and Stryka, they...
talk to Optimus, and Optimus is like, hey, welcome to my team.
Incoming red swirly whirly thing. And they're like, well, okay, brace yourselves, everyone. Here's a red swirly thing, and it's coming this way.
Uh-oh. And then it just starts running into people and knocking them over. Like, flat out, knocking them down.
Oof.
Giant monkeys, huge cats, weird bat things, bird dogs, and just flattening them all.
Yeah, this is the most powerful non-corporeal entity in the world.
I mean, like, there's Slimer, and then there's this thing. And if they got in a huge fight, non-corporeally, they would probably annihilate the universe.
Wow. Yeah, Rattrap's looking at the thing going like, what's going on with this thing? It has this kind of wibbly-wobbly energy that... I know it has that kind of wibbly-wobbly energy.
Wait, what has one of those kinds of wibbly-wobbly energy?
Spark.
What?
Oh, what a twist.
Holy cow. And then the wibbly wobbly thing that turns out to be a spark goes into a tank and it just starts beating the crap out of it.
I actually like that. It's just boom, 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 boom.
Just like,
I don't know why Optimus couldn't like use his blaster or anything like that, but it's...
He couldn't because he was getting beat up.
I guess so. He was having a real like Hulk versus Loki moment of...
Yeah. Rattrap's all like, ha-ha, and then hits him with the
spark extractor.
And it extracts the spark and puts it in the canister.
Goes, and then you like with spark extractors actually a lot like cans of soda pop, where you shake it too much, and then when you open it, it goes. You shook it up, it got too fizzy.
Shook it up too much.
And then off it went, and it went into Jarvis.
Yeah,
it went into Jarvis, the husk of what was once Jarvis. And he's like, what? And what?
And he's all like,
Megatron.
Holy smokes.
Oh, I cannot
I thought he was dead.
Megatron, but Optimus said he was dead. He said he could have sensed it.
Does this mean that Optimus...
I can't believe we all fell for it.
Does this mean he's broken?
I mean, when was the last time he got a good nipple tassel session with Rhinox?
I don't know. It's been too long because
Ages ago.
He's like 0 for like 13 at this point.
And you know, like those tassels were really keeping his powers up to snuff.
And now he's ass.
Oh man, I just can't believe that you know we were all duped.
Frankly, I'm shocked.
Megatron is alive, and Rattrap was like, so I recalibrated your spark. With
repolarized it.
Repolarized your spark, and the reason you guys couldn't say this because it was polarized. Right. Oh, just because of the sound waves from Bat Boy. It polarized. I can't believe we didn't figure that out.
It's a good thing that there wasn't bats in Beast Wars because things would have gotten polarized and it would have been mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cats and dogs living together.
Just crazy stuff. Okay. Biblical floods, you know.
Stryka and Obsidian show up, and he's like, Stryka, Obsidian, are you on my side or their side? And they're like,
grab the football.
Woo! And they jump away, and Optimus is like, oh, okay, bye. Well, I guess it shows that maybe sometimes you can't trust people.
You can't.
But at least we still have Megatron's head. And then Megatron's like, why did you take me away? I had them right where I wanted them. And then they're like, actually, you know, you were kind of, you're in this little body and there you were outnumbered. And tactically speaking, escaping was the most sound thing to do.
Yeah.
And Megatron's like, no.
And then Thrust is all like,
hey, everybody, I'm here. Guess what? This is how it's going to be. I'm the boss. And then he gets bonked on the head. He's like, Megatron?
Oh, that was really funny. He's like, oh, Megatron. I didn't see there.
There's no reason at all he should have believed that in that body was Megatron. But the smack on the head, he's like, oh, there it is.
Well, what's funny is like, there's not even like, he has every reason to believe Megatron is dead. And then this weird little orb thing punches him and he's like, oh, Megatron.
So that's a nice touch.
And the Megatron's like,
Oh, yeah. So now that I'm alive, I guess something's gonna happen.
Surprise! Ah.
The end.
All right, so Monsieur Douglas von Decepticon, what did you like? Nothing. Okay, my turn.
Well, I guess we did kind of mention that there are some humorous moments involving thrust and like
that was pretty funny. Yeah,
it was amusing. What did you like?
Okay. I kind of like the little kissy face thing that happened between Rat Trap and Botanica. I don't know why.
Okay. You like that little romance blooming?
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Okay. Silverbolt can't have it all.
I know. And Rat Trap never gets any.
And it was basically either Botanica or Strika that he could strike up a relationship with.
When I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
When I see Strika, I think of the giant binome chick from the Crimson Binomes.
Oh, totally. You know what? Yeah, I see it too. Princess Una, or
Buna,
something like that.
And you've already met Princess Bula.
Is she really a princess?
I mean, I guess the downside of this sort of romance blooming is I don't really know what was leading up to it.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. But in the heat of battle, in the heat of chaos, things start to happen, all this like excitement and energy.
What really would have impressed her is if Rat Trap fought a saber-toothed tiger. She would have been like, woo!
Was this a reference to something?
Yeah, so one Black Correct. Yeah, remember in the Bad Spark?
No.
He wrestled the saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, really? He should have done that, but he didn't.
But he didn't. Instead, he was gardening with her, which, actually sounds like a really nice bonding experience if he wasn't complaining about it the whole time. Mm-hmm. Okay, one thing I do like about this episode as well, it carries on for the last one in that it was kind of nice with the episode starting up and they're celebrating in Megatron's head, and it shows like the progress that they made, and so it started off with a lot of progress of like, all right, let's get down to work and start making things happen, and sort of breaking down exactly what needs to get done in order to sort of rebuild the population and get Cybertron where it needs to be.
And that seems to be like okay, we've concluded this chapter. The Beast is dead. Now we get to rebuild, and they get the ball rolling on that part. Yeah.
Yeah. So it
starts off moving forward.
Yeah, it starts off with a little bit of like a little momentum.
The thing is, like, I'm not finding anything to terribly dislike about the episode. It's just kind of eh. Actually, okay, if I can complain about some things, it would be like the contrivances. It's like, the spark was over here, or the object was here, and then it was here, and then it was here. This perfect triangle. What could it mean? Oh, it must be drawn to something. And it's like, it's drawn to the freaking head, number one. Number two, why does it have to be a triangle? That doesn't make any sense.
If you think about it, they encountered the spark where they were. So did they make a perfect triangle? And then they're surprised when the sparks appeared where they were? And they're like, they appeared... It's a perfect triangle because we made a perfect triangle around the head. It's like they were there first, then the spark came there, and then they're like, okay, here's the trajectory of the spark. It's like, no.
This must mean something, and then they just disregard it completely.
It seems to me like the spark came to you.
Yeah.
And that was the pattern. And then it happened to find a pile of junk that was nearby and attack you with it. I don't know. Yeah, once they started trying to explain the pattern, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no pattern. There's 3 times you met it, and it happened to be like each time is where you were.
We should go on a little mission just around our place here, okay? And then you go in that direction for 30 meters. I'll go in this direction for 30 meters. Jamie will go in that direction for 30 meters.
Okay.
And we're both going to report on what color the sky is.
Okay.
It's like the sky is... It's dark right now, and there's stars up there. But there seems to be stars in a triangular pattern. What does this mean? It's got to mean something. Stop being an asshole.
If anything, like it just seems like something they were overthinking.
So is like Megatron immortal, or isn't he? Is he like Starscream and Bumblebee, whatever his name is, Waspinator? Because as far as I know, when your body gets destroyed and your spark goes up, it dies. But is he just too angry to die? Is he now the Doomslayer? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, the explanation of like, I was being pushed by my hatred for you. I'm like, that sounds made up.
Well, my hatred for you.
It's like
really? You weren't even able to conceptualize hatred. You were just floating around, smashing into things. And he goes into the bodies, and then he turns them into zombies. And it's like, since when can you just throw sparks into any old body? Every time one of the Maximals' bodies got too damaged, they'd have to go into stasis lock. So is that even a thing anymore to protect the spark? And if stasis lock isn't a thing for Megatron, then he must have an immortal spark.
Okay, I agree and disagree. Slightly different points. Him being able to travel between bodies, it seems, was explained. Not the best explanation.
With his hatred, right?
No, but the by it being unpolarized or whatever. Once it got repolarized, then it was stuck in a body. But the thing I do agree with you fully is that why does this spark sort of how it being red and angry or like unpolarized, like why does it suddenly have like a forceful presence? As far as I knew, sparks were like souls. Like in this case, they did have a visual presence, but they could flow through things. And like in this case, it bashed right through Silverbolt and Batboy. And it's like, why could it do that? I don't know. Like,
yeah, didn't Starscream's? He went through the Darkseid's roof.
He basically
descended through it,
and then took Waspinator's body. It didn't have to crash through anything. It didn't have to knock Pterosaur's head off or anything to get to Waspinator. It just went in there. So it just feels to me like they're kind of trying to reinvent the rules of a spark to kind of give it menace when they didn't really need to. The menace could have come from the fact that it could possess any body it came across. But I also don't understand how it can survive not being in a body. Because, as you said, unless it's an immortal spark, it shouldn't be able to. It shouldn't be able to live outside of a body. I think they even established these rules in Beast Machines. It can't live outside of a body for very long.
Yeah, and they have to be in those cylinder things, keeping them alive.
So like,
I'm having a difficult time even viewing the show as having any stakes at all anymore, for a couple of reasons now. We've already talked about this before. I mean, this is twice now Megatron has been killed, and he just got reassembled and put back together.
I mean, I kind of felt like it made sense in the story context at the beginning of this season when Megatron, when he was dead for a little while, like it felt like he was gone for a bit, like there was some time when he was actually gone, and then there was a whole story arc that had to bring him back, like through Noble Savage and all that, and then it felt a little more earned in that moment, but this time it was just like right away he's back, and it's like well, why did you kill him?
Why did you even bother?
Why did you even bother?
You just wasted time with them celebrating and patting each other on the dick. Oh, great job. Okay, Obsidian and Strikeout. Two of the most elite general peoples to ever exist, to ever general things. And in this...
General? Oh. Sorry.
you bomba the general. Striker and Obsidian. Now they're just pedestrian as heck. All this build-up. It's like, what did you call it? Back... ages ago.
Something like Hobgoblin Syndrome or something like that? Where like the character is introduced, and then it's a big deal, and nothing can beat them, and then by the next battle, they're just regular again. Yeah.
I mean, at least with Spider-Man, it makes sense, because Spider-Man is smart, and he's, as a street leveler, he's probably up there as like one of the top tier heroes of all the street level non-godlike heroes. And he's got the intelligence to go with the speed, the freaking spider sense, and also the strength.
Yeah, but
and the durability.
In the case of that episode, it really was like stupidly easy for him, the way he took down the Hobgoblin the second time around. But now it seems like Obsidian and Strike have kind of hit that level of like, okay, now we're just the new bad guys who get...
Yeah, oh no, there's the airplane and the tank are gone. What are we going to do? Replace them with a helicopter and a tank. Because like those two were together were like on par with the whole Maximal team, and here they're like, grab the football and run.
I think one of the crucial flaws of this episode is just that it's very repetitive, in that we go through the exact same motions with each team.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all, because we had a zombie person, right, shaped bot.
Yeah. And
then we had a zombie motorcycle.
Right.
And then a zombie airplane.
Right, okay.
3 completely different scenarios.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so 5 out of 5 zombie Zombie bots.
Airplanes.
So yeah, I don't like how they basically go through the same motions. By the time it happens the first time, we get it. We all know what's going on.
No, you don't got it. Get it?
But then they also, unfortunately, the zombies get less interesting to look at. Like the one in the junkyard, we were noticing that they were reusing bits of older models, like the Tarantulas' foot, Tigerhawk's face, and then there's some other things that. Well, he thinks that there's Megatron's body and other. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the interesting thing about the Tigerhawk's face is it's very zombie-like in that the bottom jaw was missing.
Yeah.
So it was just like and like just shooting at them, and the arm was just a gun.
Yeah. It was. It really looked like it was just conjured up from different pieces of everything, and it was kind of a really cool design,
and it was tough.
But then all the other ones after that were a little more like it was just like the zombie motorcycle that looked like just like the living motorcycles with a few extra like missing pieces, and it seems like they started off creative and then they're like, well, we'll just reuse the other things. And I guess like to some degree it makes some logical sense because they depending on where they're at, they are going to just use the pieces that are available to them. I guess conceivably there are Viacon pieces everywhere.
That does make sense.
When stories just kind of go through the same old motions, it becomes very predictable and the tension is kind of lost,
We haven't had tension since Beast Wars.
But yeah, but truthfully, that is an issue with Beast Machines as a whole, is that there's a lot of going through the same motions over and over again. For Spark of Darkness, we are going to give it 2 out of 5 Tigerantulus zombie bots.
Not a great episode. Not a bad episode per se.
Just
just sort of there.
I think to me it kind of feels like it's kind of prolonging the finale, because as far as like actual like story development goes, it doesn't go very far. We just know Megatron's back again.
Somehow Megatron has survived.
That maybe is how Palpatine returned, is that his spark was wandering around space the whole time.
That makes sense.
And thank you for watching Beast Machines Monday. We will catch you next time. Now, what I liked, actually, here's something. Okay, sorry. Reorganizing thoughts. Okay.